this. Okay. Hopefully people can hear me. All right in here. Let's turn my mic up a little bit. All right, what's up, everybody? Back again here with another live stream. What's good, Rolex? What's good? What's good? I hope everybody's doing okay. It's kind of a late one. Well, here in the States, it's 11:33 a.m. I know in England it's about 7 o'clock in the morning, so the game's gonna happen here in the next few hours. But I just kind of want to do a quick live stream to kind of do a quick preview of the game. Yeah, let's see what we got here. So there's a few things that's going on in this game that kind of has me a bit concerned. I can't lie. I don't. Let me see what we got here. So we're here to preview this game right here. Wolves versus Arsenal. Like I said, in the States, it's scheduled for tomorrow at 1 o'clock p.m. So in the next, 13 hours. So let's see here. Ooh. Big win. 5 o'clock to or 5-0 win to the Arsenal. Okay. That's big. I can't lie. That's really big. I don't know if it's gonna be that high of a scoreline, just because these are the kind of games where you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a really easy win or whatever, and then it ends up being a really tough game away to Wolves. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So the main thing I wanted to kind of take a look at was Declan Rice, because as we all know, he was out of the matchday squad against Club Bruges in the Champions League on Wednesday due to an illness. And Mikel Arteta has given Arsenal fans an update on Declan Rice's ongoing illness. The Arsenal and England midfielder was left out of the midweek Champions League squad that beat Club Brugge 3-0, despite playing a full 90 minutes against Aston Villa last weekend. Manager Arteta explained Rice had fallen ill after the Villa defeat and did not want it to spread through the Arsenal camp. It also says this weekend the Gunners play host to Wolves, we're bottom of the Premier League, blah, 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 blah. There's a strong potential for squad rotation against a weaker side, although questions remain as to whether Rice will feature at all. In a press conference this morning, so that would have been, in the UK that would have been yesterday, but here in the States it's still today, Arteta was asked directly about Rice's fitness and if he'll be available for selection. He said, "Let's see how he goes today. He was ill. Normally in a few days, he would get better, but let's see how it goes on." While this quote seems a little bit of a nothing burger, it does give us more information than meets the eye. He was ill suggests that Rice is on the mend, and the idea of seeing how he gets on would indicate that he's back training with the squad. So it can kind of be assumed that Rice is getting back to full fitness. He I guess had a pretty bad illness. Didn't want to share with the rest of the squad, which is good. We don't want um, a super spreader, especially across the Arsenal squad. Um, I can't lie, I was a bit nervous about this because I was like, oh man, Declan Rice being out of the matchday squad is a bit terrifying. But it looks like he will be back, so that's good. We appreciate that. Um, this was also really interesting. I wanted to kind of touch upon. Arsenal transfer. Mikel Arteta rules out Gabriel Jesus exit. Now I don't. I think a reporter had asked him about potentially Gabriel Jesus leaving into winter. I'll be honest. I don't think it's a good idea to get rid of Jesus, mainly because one, Havertz is not fully back yet. I mean, he could be back here around the new year. But the main problem is the fact that like he's not going to be able to play 90 minutes right off the bat. And with Victor Gyökeres' form unfortunately lacking, um, Gabriel Jesus might end up being a starting center or starting center forward, within the next few weeks, for sure. I mean, obviously, Gyökeres might keep that number one spot for now, but he's got to improve, or it's not going to be looking good for him here soon. Okay. Mikel Arteta has ruled out the prospect of Gabriel Jesus leaving Arsenal in January. The 20-year-old made his long-awaited return against Club Brugge. He said, Jesus said, God saved my life as he battled 11 months of helping myself. That's kind of ironic that Jesus said God saved his life. I don't know why. However, speaking on Friday, Arteta was asked whether he would consider allowing Jesus, whose contract expires in the summer of 2027, to leave next month. No, I don't consider that, and especially with the situation we have right now. I replied, I'm guessing with all the injuries and, unfortunately, Gyökeres' form has not been great. He replied, I think Gabby has a lot to offer to the team, and he is proving that straight away in the first minutes that he was available to play. He has put so much in to be in this position again, and now the focus is to be with us. So that's positive news. I would not want to, get rid of Jesus in the summer. If I'm being honest with you, I think he's pretty important to our squad right now, at least until Havertz comes back and either plays a good backup or plays, kind of as the number one striker for us. Who knows? Let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. So, yeah, I don't think Gabriel Jesus, like I said, should be exiting anytime soon. I would hope that he fights for his spot, and there is a small chance that he can actually end up being our starting center forward. With him, Martinelli, and Saka up front again, like it's 2022. That would be honestly pretty lovely. I can't lie. So just before the game, I kind of want to go through some of our possible injuries, / confirmed injuries that we have. Julian Timber is it was kind of something I was very nervous about, similar with the Rice, where I was like, man, I really hope Timber doesn't get injured because, like, I mean, thankfully White is back and playing pretty solidly, but then now Rice doesn't have a backup or somebody who can come in for him, and he's just coming back from injury, which is, a little bit of a scary side, I can't lie. But McArthur spoke to the press before facing Wolves, and Jordan Timber was a hot topic of conversation. On Timber, Arteta said, depends on how he feels today, which I assume would be tomorrow in Britain time. It was a knock that he picked up, and he wasn't feeling comfortable. Whether it is tomorrow or not, we will see. I can't lie, man. I've heard this story before where it's like, oh yeah, it's just a little knock. He might not be 100%, but we'll have to see. And then boom, before you know it, he's out for like 3 months. And it's like, oh my goodness. How does that keep happening to us? Obviously, Max Diamond is out. Trossard. Leandro Trossard has been Arsenal standout player of the season so far. Yeah, he didn't travel with the squad to go face Club Brugge, and Arteta said again, it's a matter of days. So I don't know what that means. It could be tomorrow, it could be today, it could be a month. We don't know. And then obviously William Saliba. Arteta said we have to wait and see. Yesterday, he didn't train. We have an extra day. Let's see if he can tomorrow. So obviously there is that. Is Saliba healthy enough to play tomorrow? I think we can still play the same team that we played against Club Brugge, and we should be fine. I'm hoping. So obviously if Saliba's not 100%, I would say rest him. But I can't lie, man. Arteta does not provide much in these conferences. I mean, like, he just always says, let's see, it's a matter of days. It's like, what are we seeing? What's a matter of days? Like, what are we looking for, Very ominous, that guy. Very ominous. And obviously Declan Rice, we know his illness. I'm pretty sure he'll be available. I think you put Rice on the bench, bring him on with about 10 minutes left, 15 minutes left for fitness. And if we're not up by a couple goals by then we are in big trouble. Yeah, Gabriel, he's not facing us. And then obviously Mosquera is not either. So, yeah, that's pretty much all the injuries we have so far. Quite a bit, I can't lie. Quite a bit of injuries, but it's Wolves, man. I mean, I watched them against, it was their game against Man United last Monday. I mean, genuinely, I think they could have the worst record ever in the Premier League. Who has the record? Is it Derby County, I think? Like 15 years ago? Easily. These guys are the worst team in the Premier League without a shadow of the doubt. Like, I mean, I'm like, brother. Like, I think a championship side could easily beat this team. If I'm being honest with you, I think a championship side could easily beat this team. All right, let's see what we got here. So we're gonna kind of see what our squad's gonna look like for tomorrow. Who should start? Who should sit? Who should get a break? Stuff like that. I think the first one is a bit controversial, but I truly think that Wolves are this. No, I don't want to underestimate. Rice ill didn't want to spread it. Yeah. And Wolves are dreadful. Yeah, Wolves are dreadful. And yeah, Rice is, he don't want to spread his illness. So he should be fine, hopefully, if he's back to full health. But anyway, like I was saying, with this one, I think we should be able to make this, especially against Wolves. I think genuinely that they are so bad that we can put Kepa in goal to give David Raya like a little break. Now I know most keepers don't need breaks, but Raya has played literally every single game. Aside from, I think he didn't play in the Carabao Cup game against. So he didn't play against Port Vale and Brighton. Those are, I think, the only two games he's not played. He's played every other game. I think give him a break, put Kepa on goal, right? We're already dealing with injuries. The last thing I need is my goalkeeper to be injured. I say keep Kepa on goal. Shouldn't really need anybody else. Let's say Raya doesn't need a break. I think he does. I think Ryan needs a break. He's played every game. There's been 2 games he hasn't played. It's just the Carabao Cup games. He's played 15 games this season, plus 6 games in the Champions League. That's 21 games. He's played 21 games this season already, brother. Like, I say give him at least a break. And I think Wolves are that dreadful that you can put Kepa in goal, in my opinion. In my opinion, you should be able to put Kepa in goal. Okay. For left back, it's Miles Lewis Kelly. Unfortunately, Ricardo Calafiori has gotten himself suspended due to yellow card accumulation. I know, it's crazy. He's got so many yellow cards. You know who I'm surprised doesn't have yellow card accumulation? Zubimendi. Hold on, let me see something. Okay, so Zubimendi has 5 total this season. He's got 3 in the Champions League, which obviously leads to a suspension, and then 2 in the Premier League. So he's still got 3 more before he gets suspended. So he should be set. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, he's the one where I'm also scared of, that he might get a dumb suspension like halfway, like sometime in like January or February. But I think he might. I think he should be set. I think he should be set. But center back, I would put Hincapia. Now, what do we do about our right center back position? What do we do? What to do? Let's see here. Do we put Norgard back in as a right center back? Norgard, right center back. I mean, he wasn't bad against Club Brugge. Is Club Brugge better? Is Club Brugge better than Wolves? I think slightly. I think they are. I don't know by how much, but I think they are. So I think if he can play against Club Brugge, a much more attacking team, and kind of slot right in, I say put Norgard up there. Especially because we don't know what Timber's status is yet. You're going to have to be forced to put Christian Norgard there. I'm sorry, you're going to have to. And obviously Ben White as a right back. I feel it's pretty. I feel like that's our back line, mainly just fully based off of availability. That's our back line. Or midfield. Okay, Rice. I don't want to see Rice starting this game. I would preferably like Zubamendi to get rest. But I don't know if Zubamendi would be able to get rest during this game. What do I? Does Zubamendi? Okay, Zubamendi's playing a lot of games, so I am a bit nervous about him playing all these games. But I think out of availability, you're gonna have to play probably Zubamendi as an Odegaard. I feel like you're gonna have to go. Okay, so Zubi. So it's gonna be Mars Zubamendi, and then maybe take him off, like halfway through the second half, and put Rice in there, possibly. I'll do Eze. And then Odegaard. I think that's probably what you're gonna go with, right? Rice probably won't play. Rice won't start this game. So I'll probably put Eze there. In my honest opinion, I would like Zubamendi to get rest. But I don't think we really can give that guy a rest just because there's really nobody else can play. I mean, Christian Norgard is the only other defensive midfielder that I would place in the game for long periods, and he is center back, so I think this is the midfield three I'd go with. I'm just hoping Declan Rice is available. If not, we would have to play somebody like Mikel Merino as a DM, and as much as Merino, he could play every position, I guess, I would much rather not see him as a defensive midfielder. Let's see here. Front three. Okay. Front three is a little tough because Nani Madueke is coming back to full health. He played, 65 minutes against Club Brugge. If I'm being honest, I would start Nani Madueke and Saka has played a lot of games. I would probably say do maybe Nani. Martinelli? So, Nani Madueke, Martinelli. And then Gyökeres. I feel like this is pretty fair. It'll be a double. Okay, yeah. So, Martinelli, I don't think Trossard's available, so you pretty much stuck with Martinelli, unless you want to put Nani Madueke on this side and put Saka here. But I would honestly do this list right here. And then, hold on a minute. Oh yeah, here's a good comment. What about salmon? Is it salmon? Salmon? I think it's salmon. But salmon our youth center back. Do we put him here instead of Norgard against a Premier League opposition? Granted, Wolves are absolutely trash. Like, that's one of the worst Premier League side I've ever laid my eyes on. Um, I truly think a championship team would beat this Wolves side. They'll put like four past them easily. But would you go? I mean, Norgard. Maybe you put Salmon in here, and then you put Norgard up here to give Zubimendi rest. Do they have him? Let me see. They do. Okay, perfect. So you put him here, and then you put. How does this look? I can't lie. This is a very, 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 very weak midfield. Like, this is one of the weakest midfields in the Premier League in terms of physicality, and pace. Odegaard is not fast. Norgard's doesn't look fast. Eze is not fast. So this is I mean, it definitely can create. This midfield can create with Eze and Odegaard easily, but I can't lie, man. There's not much pace in this midfield. There's not much physicality in this midfield. I'm not entirely sure how Wolves are in terms of their physicality, but this is a tricky midfield. We might have to put Zubimendi back in there. At least Zubimendi has a little bit of pace, especially when it comes to tracking back versus Norgard. So maybe Zubi. I mean, I think this is pretty fair. Do I like? Let's do. Maybe do a. No, because it's a double pivot. So it'll be. What would it be? What's a double pivot? It's one. It'll be one. It'll be one, two, one. Here you go. There you go. No, because we want a double pivot. Let's see, it would be a 3-2. No, because it'll be 1-1-35. No, what's the diamond? Do they not have double eights in a single? Would it be this? No, that's terrible. No, that's even worse. No, that's even worse. I'm trying to find the double pivot one. It's gotta be this, right? No, what the hell? It's gotta be 3-2-1. 3-3-2-1. Is there not a 3-2-1 from it? 3. No, that's 3-1-2. 3. Here you go. That's what I was looking for. Jesus, cannot find anything. Okay. There you go. This is alright. This is the formation we'll run tomorrow. I mean, I would like us to run. Obviously, Gyökeres striker, Martinelli, left wing, Madueke, right wing, Odegaard, Eze, and then Zubimendi single pivot with Lewis Skelly and Capie and Salmon. Now, I can't lie, everything is about center back partnerships. So how would I feel about a Salmon versus Norgard start off? Or do I start off Norgard and Hincapié? You start Norgard and Hincapié first, and then Norgard, Hincapié, and then maybe bring on Salmon in the 45th minute. Hopefully we're winning by like 2 goals. I feel like that's... So like Lewis Skelly, Hincapié, Norgard, Ben White, Zubimendi in the center, Eze, Odegaard double. I can't lie, the only concern I have with this lineup is the fact that we don't have a physical midfield And obviously, having Norgard and center and one of the center back positions can be a bit tricky in terms of the physicality in this. Like, I'm just nervous about the, like, you know how Arteta always says the duels. I'm a bit nervous about the duels. I can't lie, man. I'm a bit nervous about the duels. Like, what happens if I don't know. What happens if we get run off the park with this? But I mean, we have no choice though, because we don't know if Declan Rice is healthy. We don't know if Timber's healthy. These guys, maybe they're not healthy. You never know. And if they're not healthy, it's like, what can you do, right? Yeah, because we don't know. Because ideally, I would think Trossard. If Trossard's available, Trossard gets slotted there. You'd put Timber here and maybe White here, or Timber here and White there. Yeah, I'm just nervous about this midfield, bruh. Mainly because I feel like it's very weak. I don't know how physical Wolves midfield is. But that that could be that could end up causing us to be uh in a little bit of a sticky situation if Wolves decide to be very, very. I mean, with how weak this team is, do I trust Kepa in goal? Do I trust this? I mean, I think we should be okay. Wolves are ass. Like they're just so bad. They're so bad. No offense to any Wolves fans out there. Like nothing but respect for y'all, but I don't really see Wolves as like a hard enough competition to where I should be getting worried about our midfield trio of Eze, Odegaard, and Zubimendi possibly losing a lot of like aerial duels, physicality battles. Can they track back fast enough? Like, do they have the pace for that? I don't think we should worry about any of those, in my opinion. If we do, then that's an issue, right? Like, if we're getting scared about Declan Rice not being in this midfield against Wolves, it is a bit of an issue on our team. That means our quality and our depth isn't as good as we thought it is. Because I don't, yeah, the only weakness I can see, I don't know how fast these Wolves players are. If they're fast, we might be a little bit of a sticky situation, just because Wolves are, you know, it's just like when you're the bottom of the team, you have nothing. Like when you're the bottom of the Premier League, you have nothing to lose. So for all we know, they might end up just pushing everybody forward and attacking us. Now, obviously, we have the best defense in the league. We've conceded the least amount of goals. The Wolves have scored the least amount of goals, I believe, and they have conceded the most amount of goals. Let me double check. Yeah, okay. So Wolves have scored 8 goals and conceded 33, which is the most in the Premier League and the least amount scored. So, if we are having trouble with this midfield three, that's a problem. Midfield would get blown away by the wind. I don't think so. I think possibly Gyökeres gets like drops down pretty low. Um, maybe like I think the main thing that I'm looking at is just make some just go for it. Like score like 2 or 3 goals. Then you can bring on, Declan Rice for Eze, or you can bring on Saka for Madueke. You can bring on, maybe if Trossard's healthy, you can throw him in there for Martinelli. I think my main issue is that we need to we need to rotate a little bit more. It's the worst team in the league. We should be able to rotate. If we cannot rotate, we are in big, big trouble. Big trouble. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think we should be able to handle Wolves. If we can't, yeah, that's an issue all on its own. Eze Odegaard is a beauty. Yeah, it is. I don't know what game it was. Where they played with each other. I think it was with Declan Rice in the DM position. Was that Forest? That might have been Forest. Was it Nottingham Forest or was it? I think it was, or was it Leeds? I thought it was Nottingham Forest where Eze and Declan Rice played with each other for like before Declan Rice got injured. I think it was against Forest. I'm like pretty sure it was against Forest. Cause didn't we win that game 3-0 against Forest? I know we beat Leeds. I think we beat Leeds 5-0. I think it was against Forest where these two played together, and it was Declan Rice in the. Now, obviously, Declan Rice. I mean, I don't know how Zubi is playing in a single pivot versus a double pivot, with Declan Rice kind of helping him out with the physicality aspect of it. Obviously, it is the Premier League. It is a team that's bottom in the Premier League. They probably will go all physical with us. So, can Zubamendi handle alone spell and DM? I think. I mean, I think he should be able to. Like, you got to be able to, man. You're gonna be Spain starting defensive midfielder here soon. You have to be able to handle a solo defensive midfield shift. You have to be able to. I think you should be okay. This is good. I want to see this because this is going to be absolutely a creative monster. There's going to be so much creativity with this, in my opinion. Like, very, very creative. And this is where I'm like, brother, Gyökeres has got to score. I mean, if he pulls out an Eze Odegaard double 8, because I'm trying to think, who else would he put in the midfield if it's not Eze? I think you'd have to go with Eze. If Gyökeres does not score with these two right behind him, then we're gonna have to have some uncomfortable conversations. We're gonna have some very uncomfortable conversations about the big Gyökeres, because with Eze and Odegaard, this should be a creative fest. It should be a creative monster. I truly believe that he should be able to score at least one goal. At least one goal. You got to score one goal, brother. Like, minimum in this game. And obviously Martinelli is a kind of a winger. Yeah, he does score goals, but not so much in the Premier League. And I do see that sometimes Martinelli seems to try to, like, provide or, like, try to create chances for Gyökeres. So, I mean, you're looking at 3 players that would provide Gyökeres with creativity. He's got to be able to score, man. Like, we'll be able to find him in this game. I believe he's going to be able to score for sure. I think he'll be able to score for sure. Yeah, he's got to be able to score. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good. I think my final score. What would be my final score if this is the lineup right here? Do I believe we would concede a goal? It's actually what it comes down to. I think we're gonna win. We're gonna win this game for sure. Will we concede a goal? Is the question. I would go 2-0 Arsenal. I believe Gyökeres will score a goal, and I believe Madueke and Gyökeres will score the goals. Yeah, 2-0 Arsenal. 2-0 Arsenal. Final score, 2-0 Arsenal. Yeah. I believe I know a lot. I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is gonna be an absolute battering. We're gonna drop 5, 6, 7." I'm like, no, 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 no. That's no. We're scoring 2-0. I believe Gyökeres will score. And Madueke scores. Two 0 2-0 Arsenal. 2-0 Arsenal. Gyökeres brace. Yeah, I mean, you think Gyökeres is gonna score all of our goals? I don't know if he will score all our goals. I think other players will probably contribute. If I'm being honest, there's no way no players contributes. No, I feel like it'll be 2-0. Like you guys are saying, but I do believe Gyökeres will score only one goal, and I believe Madueke will score the other goal. I think Madueke is slowly entering form. I know he's only played like 2 games, but I do feel like Madueke is gonna. Some just tells me he's gonna start picking up form, and he's gonna be pretty solid. Okay. So during the stream, I kind of want to do a quick a quick Premier League team of the team of the season right now so far in the league. This is strictly this league. So if a player has been phenomenal last season and hasn't played much this season, then they're not counted. I can't lie, but I just wanted to do this real quickly, just because I was interested to see what would be my team and if people would agree with it or not. In goal, I'm gonna go Raya. David Raya's probably been the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. Probably, yeah. It's between him and Donnarumma, but I do feel like, oh, is Donnarumma better than Raya? I feel like he's better shot stopper, but Raya has been really solid with his feet, and is good at build up from the goalkeeper position. He's just so solid. You don't have to think about a possible mistake back there. Whereas Donnaruma's made some crazy mistakes in the past few games. I can't lie. I'd go Raya. Is it fair to say the best left back in the Premier League has been Calafiori? I mean, is Cucurella better than Calafiori? I'm going Calafiori, man. I'm going Calafiori, the stallion with the beautiful hair. The Italian stallion. Center back position. Ooh. I'm going to have to go. Yeah, it's Gabriel. Big Gabi. And then Saliba. For right back, I'll probably go Reece James. Just edges it past. Reece James, just slightly better than Timber. Mainly because the fact that he can go forward maybe a little bit better than Timber. Is that fair to say? trying to think who's better. It's Timber and Reece James, right? I'm gonna. Oh. Do I put? I mean, Timber's not playing this position. It's strictly based off where you've played. Reece James, Saliba. Damn, Caicedo. Moises Caicedo. I think that's gotta be James. Or do I put James in the midfield? No, because there's better midfielders than James. James is a better right back. Caicedo. I'll probably put Phil Foden. Or no. What do you put? Tricky on the wing. Is he better than Saka? Turkey has been better than Saka, I think. Put up on the 10 this season. Phil Foden goes here, though. He's been phenomenal. All right, Phil Foden. Who's the other, 8? Bruno Guimaraes. Pretty solid. I don't know if he's... Who else could he be better than? Why can I not think of any other 8s? What other center mid has been pretty solid this year? Ooh, Rodgers. Oh, it's been... You gotta put him in there. Is it just like this? Yeah, Morgan Rodgers. I mean, who's been a better center mid than Morgan Rodgers? Phil Foden, Caicedo, Rodgers. I'm trying to think. What other center mids are there? Declan Rice? Does Declan... I mean, if it was a double pivot of 6s, I feel like Declan Rice would get in there. But because it's double 8... Oh, Rice... Has Rice been better than Rodgers? Has Declan Rice been better than Morgan Rodgers? Rice over Rodgers? Rice over Rodgers? That's hard. Look, okay. I know I'm an Arsenal fan. But if I'm being honest, hold on, let me look at their stats real quick. Has Rice been better than Rodgers? I don't know. Let me see. Rodgers. He's got 3 goals and 3 assists in the Premier League and 2 assists in the Europa League. Is Rodgers better than Declan Rice? Or who else is a good center mid? Let's see. Nobody from Liverpool. Man City already have Phil Foden in there. Nobody else in the team is on the par. It's Declan Rice, Rodgers. What else? Who else? What's the big 6? Tottenham doesn't have anybody. They're shit. Who's who's better than? I think if it's Rogers versus Declan, I mean, in terms of being in center mid, Declan's a better midfielder, but center mid, specifically in a double pivot, I would go Rogers. I think I'd go Rogers. I'm trying to think. What other teams has a good center mids? To know. Hold on. Who's? Declan Rice or Morgan Rogers? Dan Burn has been playing there? Wow. He's definitely not better. Newcastle. Who played? Let me see. Who's Hall? Is he better? He's a left back midfielder. I don't think Lewis Hall's better than Cal. I think Cal is the best. It's between him and Kukurea. Cal just edges it better, in my opinion. He just gives more coming forward, and he's pretty solid defensively. I think Morgan Rogers slightly above Declan Rice because it is a double pivot of 8 instead of a double pivot of 6. If it was double pivot of 6, I'd put Morgan Rogers, or I'd put Declan Rice ahead of Morgan Rogers. But because it's a formation of double 8s, I'll put Morgan Rogers here. I don't think anybody has been a better center mid double eight pivots than Morgan Rogers and Phil Foden. Well, I can't think of anybody else. I mean, they have Turkey Reinders. Yeah, but I don't think I'd put Turkey there. Because I'm trying to think, where would Turkey be? You know what I mean? All right, I'm gonna go this for now. I know I'm gonna get crucified for this. Rice over Rogers, better box to box. I guess you could say. Is it Rice? Is Declan Rice better than Morgan Rogers though? In terms of midfielders? I'm gonna have to go Rogers on this. I know Declan Rice should be able to fit in this team. Where do I put? Instead of Caicedo, I put Rice. Do I do this instead? Is Rice? I think Rice is better DM than Caicedo. I think. I mean, would I have much rather put Rice up here, though? It's pretty much an Arsenal backline. It's Raya. Or do I do Gianluigi Donnarumma? I'm gonna go Donnarumma. Alright, how's it look? Donnarumma, Calafiori, Gabriel Saliba, James, Declan Rice, Rogers, Foden. Is Donnarumma better than Raya? I feel like he's better shot stopper. Raya's better than Donnarumma? No. I mean, okay. It depends on what you want, I guess, from a goalkeeper. If you want just strictly shot stopping, right? Can he protect the goal? I would put Donnarumma ahead of Raya just based off the shot stopping. Raya has good shot stopping too, though. But Donnarumma's insane. I mean, you saw him against us at PSG, the Champions League semifinals. That man was insane. In my opinion, he won the goalkeeping battle between him and Raya. I would go Donnarumma. In my opinion, Raya's better. Like, obviously he's better with his feet, right? If you want to be able to progress the ball from the goalkeeping position, Raya's your guy. Donnarumma's absolutely atrocious in his feet. I completely agree. But shot stopping ability. I mean, imagine Donnarumma shot stopping ability behind Gabriel and Saliba, bro. What are we doing? I'm gonna go with this. Okay. This is tough. This is tough. Should I go striker first? Haaland's the best striker in the league. Without a shadow of a doubt. He's the best striker in the league. Nobody comes close to him at all. Gyökeres over Haaland. Yeah, you're having a laugh, buddy. There's no world that Gyökeres is better than Haaland, ever. Yeah, I'd say Haaland. That's easy. Right wing. Alright, I guess is Turkey considered a right winger? Does he play in the right wing predominantly, or is he a 10? If Turkey is considered a right winger instead of an attacking midfielder primarily, I would put Ryan Cherky here. I can spell his name. Damn. It's Ryan. CH. No? How do you spell his name? Isn't it CH? There you go. Oh, Ryan Cherky. Okay, my bad. Ryan Cherky? I'd go. Oh, but yeah, I'd go Ryan Cherky. Look, I love Saka. Don't get me wrong. I love him very much, but he's not playing at the level Cherky is. Dude, Cherky's insane. I mean, if you ever watch Man City play, Cherky's easily their second, maybe even. I put him between their third and second best player. Is Cherky easily? Cherky's easy. Who would you put in the left though? Who's the best left winger in the Premier League? I mean, we can go down the list. Okay, it's Martinelli. That's a no. Trossard. It's not bad. I don't even know who Liverpool has on the left. Gakpo, trash. Spurs, who do they have on the left? Did they even play with a left? Who does Man City play on the left? Do they play with? Let's look at their last game. Who do they play on the left? Ooh, Jeremy Doku. Yeah, it's gotta be Doku. Bro, there's four City players on this side. That's kind of crazy. And see, that's what I mean. This is what I always say. If you build a Premier League best 11, it's usually the club who has the best players in the attacking. They're considered like the best, like the team, like the best team. They're the ones that are gonna win the title. They're the ones that are like gonna score the goals. I mean, this is probably the Premier League's best 11, in my opinion. There's like a few debatables, but for the most part, this is I'm pretty happy with this best 11. And you look at the attacking players, right? This is a Man City player, Man City player, Man City player, Man City player. Now Arsenal players are in this, but they're predominantly in the defense, right? Calafiori, Gabriel Saliba. Declan Rice is the only midfielder that gets in, and I think he's the best defensive midfielder in the league, without a shadow of a doubt. There's nobody better than Declan Rice. I mean, like, who's gonna argue and say there's a better team than this? Solid. Yeah, I think this is pretty solid. Saka over Cherki? I don't know about that one. I think Cherki's better. Let me see his numbers. Ooh, okay, let's look at this. Okay, so Ryan Cherki's got 1 goal in the Premier League and 5 assists. Wow. And then he's got a goal in the Champions League. So he's on 7 GA. Oh, no, never mind. He's got a goal in the EFL Cup and an assist. So he's got 3 goals this season and 6 assists for 9 GA. Saka has he's got 4 goals in the Premier League. That's really good numbers, actually. And 2 goals in the Champions League and 1 goal in the Carabao Cup. So he's working off, 5, 2, 7. And he's got 1 assist in the Champions League and 1 assist in the Premier League and no assist in the EFL Cup. So he's got 7. Oh, so they're tied. They have the same GA. Because 2, 4, 6, 7 plus these 2, right? Yeah, because he's got 2 assists and 7 goals. That's 9 GA. Cherki has 3 goals and 6 assists, which is also 9 GA. So they both have the same amount of GA. Is Cherki better than? Is Cherki better than Saka? Let me see. Does Cherki really play? Hold on, let me look at this real quick. Maybe Turkey does not. Maybe Turkey doesn't play. I don't. Let me see. Maybe he plays primarily. Okay, look. So yes, his main position's right wing, and he's played left wing. He's played attacking midfield and left wing. So yeah, he's primarily in the right. Wow. Okay. Oh my god, are they counting Club World Cup stats? I don't think that should count. No. I kind of wish it would tell you like how many games he played. The right wing. Does it tell you? It doesn't tell you. Okay. All right. So it says his main position is on the right. Um, is Ryan Cherky better? Is Cherky better than Saka? I feel like okay. So Saka definitely scores more goals, but Cherky does have 6 assists this season in all competitions, whereas Saka has 2. But Saka does have 7 goals. Cherky's got 3 goals. Is I don't know, man. Is Cherky better than Saka? I don't know if Cherky's better than Saka. Is Cherky better than Saka? I don't think he is. I think it honestly, it genuinely comes down to what do you value more from your wing? Do you value goals or do you value assists? Because this guy says Saka is better, more output and goals. See, so you prefer, you'd prefer more goals from your winger, whereas I don't know. I maybe I'm old school, but I think your winger should have like more assists than goals. Just because you're in better crossing positions, you're able to slot the ball in to the striker better. I mean, did you see Cherky's pass to Phil Foden? That was a madness. Watch, let me see if I can find it. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, oh no, that's nasty. No, let's look at this again. Hopefully this doesn't get taken down. Look, look at that cutback. Look. Bam. Look at that. Look. Oh my. Oh, bro. I think some of the best goals ever scored is crossbars and in. I'm gonna be honest. Like Nani Madueke's goal against Club Bruges on Wednesday. Beauty. I love a crossbar and in goal. Did it show it again? No. Let's watch this one more time. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Cut back. Whoop. Where are you going? Where are you going, defender? Where are you going? Look, 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 look. Have some of this. Wow. Hit that. And then Foden finishes it off. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know, man. Ah. I'm going to go Ryan Cherky. No. The reason why... Let me explain why I'm going to go Ryan Cherky. The reason why I'm going to go Ryan Cherky is better than Saka, even though they have the exact same stats, is I value assists more when you're playing in the wing, primarily because you're facilitating for your striker. Right? Strikers score goals. Now, obviously, however you can score a goal, it doesn't matter. But a striker is the one that scores a goal. And I'm under the belief that they should be the ones that you service to. Because when you're assisting, you're still getting credit, right? You're still like, oh, you're the one who did this for this person to score. Yeah, you may not be scoring like the goals, but Turkey has 3 goals still, right? Whereas, he's got so many assists. It's crazy. But I think this is the best Premier League. I think, in my opinion, this is the best Premier League starting 11 this season so far. Doku, Haaland, Cherky, so Man City's front 3, Rodgers, Phil Foden, Declan Rice, Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba, Reece James, Gianluigi Donnarumma. So City have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. Arsenal have 1, 2, 3, 4 players. Chelsea has 1 player, and Aston Villa. So essentially I believe the top 4, right? Oh, okay. Crystal Palace knocked them out. But essentially the top 5. Top 5. Outside of Crystal Palace. I mean, I think that's pretty fair. Anyways, back to Arsenal. So as of right now, we are first still, right? Like we were last week. Man City are 2 points below us. So if we tie and they win, and they have a better goal difference than us, then they go above us. If we don't win and they win, they go above us. If we win and they win, they'll stay between 2 points, and obviously if we win, they tie. Whatever. You get the whole math that come with it. Man City is playing Crystal Palace. Theirs is an early game, so I don't know if I might get up to watch that. We'll see, but man, schedules are so weird. Like, I don't know how it is for you folks in the UK, but like we've been getting a lot more 7 a.m.s, 5 a.m. games than usual. Usually our games are like at 9 or 12, but this is gonna be a good game. It's perfect because their game happens before our game, so we kind of get to see where we stand by the time we play. I am hoping and praying that Crystal Palace has something for us and get a win, or at least a draw. Because if obviously we'll take 4 points and we'll take 5 points lead any day. Now, I can't lie. We also do got to worry about Aston Villa. Aston Villa, they're there. They play a pretty dreadful West Ham team. I really don't see them losing this, so it is very important that we win, because if we don't, they will be level on points with us. But I think we have a better goal difference than them. Yes, we do. So that's good. What else? Chelsea. They're Chelsea. They're terrible. They're pretty much out of the title race. Unless we lose tomorrow, then they might get back in. Crystal Palace. We'll see. Yeah, come on, Crystal Palace. I hope you win. Okay. All right, folks. Yeah, that's all from me today. I'm hoping that by the time Arsenal plays, Man City have dropped points in a loss or a tie. I just hope that doesn't we don't match Man City's energy. Like they lose and then we lose, or they tie. But it's Wolves. They're dreadful. We shouldn't be losing to them. I don't want to think about it. I think we'll win. So we'll see. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this or stop by the channel, press like, subscribe. I don't believe I'll be streaming the game tomorrow because I'm going to go watch it at a bar with some friends here in the States. My local town, we have an Arsenal bar that we watch our games. So I will watch it there probably. If not, then I might get on stream. We'll see. But anyways, yeah, thank you all for stopping by, liking, subscribing, whatever you did. I appreciate every one of y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day, and come on, you Gunners.